got a problem with our motorhome's freezer. It seems to work when on electric, but not when it's on gas. I think it's the burner is a bit blocked. It could be better. It needs a clean, and there is a kind of a twirly thing just about here, which has fallen down and is stopping the burner from actually working full stop. So I'm going to see if I can retrieve the diffuser, is the word, and clean the burner and the jet in this video. But first of all, I'm going to need to take off these two vents, and you do that with a screwdriver. Just give that a little twist, and you should just have to pull it. There you go, wiggle it off. Oh, something else I would need to repair as well. I also know that I'm going to need to take this off as well, so I'm going to remove all these screws and then remove this cover.
Our motorhome is a 1998 Heimer based on a Fiat Ducato. I should point out that I haven't been gas trained and I'm not a gas technician. I'm making this video for entertainment reasons. However, it's a fairly simple job, but you should consult an expert if you're not happy to do it yourself.
So in here is the burner with its little jet, and our problem. This is the flue, so the burner burns the gas and then the exhaust gases go up this flue here up to the very top part of the ventilation system. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is take all this off by removing this screw, and there's one back there as well. Now I should be able to remove the cover like that. This will spin round, and because I've removed the thing there, I should just be able to remove it like that. So there is the burner just there, and it's affixed with this long piece to the pipe. Now just in that hole there is the jet. I guess it gets a little bit of air through this hole, but you can't really see it on the camera, but there is that diffuser drop down. So I'm going to need to remove this by taking that screw out there. Now I have the burner assembly removed from the flue. You can see my problem. This thing, curly thing here, is well, it's just hanging there. Now I don't know if I can remove it from the bottom. I don't want to bend it, but I might have to see if I can remove it by going back up the flue. I thought what I might do is test it to see if it actually does light now. Yeah, that is burning very well, except for it's got a yellow flame as well as a blue one. So I think what that means is that there is soot and dirt in that burner, or even at the jet end. So that will definitely need cleaning. But first of all, I need to remove the diffuser from there and position it in the correct position. Now I've taken the top cover off, and I can see right down onto the flue here. So there's the top of the flue, and it looks like there is two screws that I need to remove. This just looks like an extension, doesn't it? Well, I'll probably just remove the first one, this one down the bottom. I finally managed to get this thing out. Yeah, it seems to be just an extension, but this is what it revealed. I don't know if you can see that just there. I think that's what I'm after. All this other crud is exactly that. So I need to retrieve that. It doesn't look, well, let's see if I can do it now. Oh, that is incredibly rusty. Look how thick it is at the top where not so much rust is. And then down here, yeah, it's like thread almost. I don't think I'll be able to use that. Now what I want to do is feed some, well, this is garden wire. I want to feed some wire down the entire flue there until the bottom, and then using the hole that's in the bottom of the diffuser, I'm going to tie this to it and see if I can pull it out. Fingers crossed. Well, I've tied it to the end and it does seem to be coming out quite easily. There it is. Of course, the screw's in the way, which I've left. There you go. It's not very long, is it? But that is the problem. So what this does is it diffuses the warm gases coming up the warm air and around the cooling pipes, I assume. I don't know if it spins. I assume it does. I'll have to investigate that and let you know. I'm going to have to figure out how to replace that very rusty wire. So what might be seconds for you might actually be days for me.
Well, it's been a few weeks and I've finally managed to get hold of, well, this is a stainless steel rod, 1.5 mil thick by 20 centimetres, which would do the job, I think. After I've bent it, it should be the same size. Not too sure how long this was, although I measured it and it is 20 centimetres. It could have been longer. Yeah, I got it from a model shop on eBay. Now, I've been told that what we'll also do are welding rods, that are thin welding rods. Now, I couldn't find any which were thin enough. So Halfords, for instance, they were quite thick. Anyway, this will do. Stainless steel, shouldn't rust, but it might wear down, which is probably what happened to this one. I'm going to bend this and put it back in there. I bent it into an S shape so that the two bends are actually opposite each other, if you can see that. The idea is that as this hooks onto the edge of the flue, and see there's the gap of the flue just there, the diffuser hooks onto it like that and dangles more or less in the middle rather than being on the inside of the flue, so to speak. Right, let's get this in. Just going to have a look down the flue, see if I can see anything that might be obscuring it. I don't see anything. Right, here we go. Oh, of course, I've got to get past the screw, haven't I? This simple task took a bit of effort. Of course, the rusted screw was in the way, which didn't help, but I also needed to push it down the flue, which is a bit odd. Well, I just took it out again because I didn't like the way it was being wedged in there. I remember when I took it out, it was quite loose. So I've straightened it out and I've tested it and it seems to be fine now. But I've also closed this loop off so that there's no chance of it falling off as I'm putting it in, or even when I'm driving along. Right, let's have another go. That's much better. I've also managed to take that rusty screw out there. Oh, now I don't want to let go, just right at the end. Sorted. That went in a lot better. Now it's time to clean this burner so we can get rid of that yellowy flame and have a nice constant blue one. Now to clean it, I'm going to remove it from the line. And to do that, I'm going to need a 12mm and an 11mm spanner. So the 11mm is going to go round the nut itself, and then the 12 I'm going to put round the housing. Now I have squirted this with a bit of WD-40. So that's quite easy actually. There you go, it's coming off straight away. Oh, in fact, it's finger tight, look. Okay, now I've got to undo that screw on the top. Now, I won't be doing it yet, but I will at some point replace this. And there you have it. That's the burner assembly, and the jet is still in there. I can still see it just in there. So what I'm going to do is blast it with air, compressed air in a can, and just give it a tap. Look at all the crap coming out of there. Yeah, that's not good. I think that might be it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the gas on for a bit. See if I can dislodge any carbon that's muck that's in the line itself. And it's not going to go on for very long. Right, that should have done it. And just like in a Haynes manual, you reassemble it the opposite way that you took it apart. Now I remember when I took it apart last time, I placed it in this recess here, just like that.
and it wouldn't light. So therefore I moved it back a bit, but let's see what happens this time. It wouldn't light because it wasn't earthing or something, I don't know, it just wasn't giving a spark. Now the sensor does have a bit of a groove going on, so it's easy to align that up with everything. I haven't taken the jet out. I have before because it was blocked, and all I did was to unblock it, because of course blowing through it wouldn't work. I got a pin, a needle, and very carefully just unclogged it without making the hole bigger. You don't want to make the hole bigger, but I won't be needing to do that today. Oh, can I put it on the end? I can put it on there. No, that's nice. Not getting any of the cables in the way then. I think that's it. It won't go anymore. Yeah, that is it. It's not moving anymore. So let's see if that'll light.
From inside the motorhome, I tried lighting the fridge burner.
The clicker's going. Gas is going on.
The electric igniter stops clicking when the burner has lit. However, as you'll see, I wasn't aware that the burner had lit because the igniter was still clicking.
Yeah, see, I don't think that clicker... It's got a proper name, right? But I don't think it's in the right place. Right, let's stop that. I think this needs to be moved back a bit. Oh, it's a little bit warm. Was it lit? Hold on a second. That feels warm. Right, is that lit now? That's lit. Let's loosen this off a bit and then move it back a fraction. Tighten it up. The other one's fallen out of place. There you go. See if that's gonna work. There you go. Gas is on. It's lit. It's just gone out. Let's try that again. It's lit. Release that. Right, okay, that should be lit now. Oh, look at that flame. I can just barely see it actually. Nice. Can you see that? Well, can you not see the yellow? The yellow is no longer there. But that is a flame about that tall. Okay, let's get it switched off and then reassembled. Now, before I put the heat shield on and put it all away, because we're practically done, I'm going to give it a hoover because it is very dirty and dusty in there. Not just there, but also the top bit as well. Now I'm almost done. Everything's reassembled. The only thing I need to do now is fix this thing. Now I thought I'm going to have to glue it down, clean it up, glue it down, but no, there's little tabs on here which you just poke through the well, I was going to say call it wire, but is it wire? It's probably plastic. It's plastic mesh. Fairly simple. So just got to do that next, and then just put it on. Well, that's all done. I just need to test it now. And this is the fridge, if you didn't know. So turn it on, push in the gas, twist it round. Well, it's lit. The light's gone out. Wonderful. Well, that wasn't working earlier, so that's fantastic. Can I hear any roar, or is it just a hiss of gas? Yeah, that is definitely a roar, which you probably can't hear off the mic, but yeah, definitely. And I can feel some heat coming through the top of the flue. Fantastic. So if you found this video interesting or it helped you, then why not give it a thumbs up? We normally go in travel in our motorhome, so we do some vlogs and I do some maintenance videos like this one. Our next video is probably going to be replacing this window or sorting something out on this table that I'm using right now. And if that's going to interest you, then why not consider subscribing? Until next time, see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And destroy the camera.